So today we got a video. We have this Hayward turbo salt cell. We're going to be swapping this out with a different salt cell we have in that's currently faulty. It's no good, so it's old. It was never cleaned. So we got a brand new one here, and we're just going to do a pop and swap. Alright, so I'm in the pool mechanical room here. We have the old salt cell sitting right here. So we're going to install the new one. The new one's sitting over there in the heater in the box, but as you can see on the screen up here, it says check salt cell and inspect cell. I've already done that. I've taken it out. I've cleaned it really good, so there is no calcium in here. And when I put it back, it still says that same thing. So I've even checked in the settings. You press this button here, and it's on the right setting. It's on T-15. Not sure if you can see that. So it should be set to this cell. So this one's not working. We're gonna take it out. Maybe we'll send it off for repair so we can have a spare. But time to put the new one in. So the first thing we're gonna do, which I've already done, is make sure our pool heater is powered off at the breaker. So I powered off our pool heater. It's a Hayward heater. And next thing we're gonna do is we're going to shut off the pool pump. So there is no power to the pump. And what we're gonna do now is unplug this screen up here, so there's no power to the cell as well. So I have unplugged that, and it should be powering down in a second. There we go. So with that powered down, next thing we have to do is isolate the salt cell right here. So that way when we take it off, we don't have water gushing out everywhere. So I have a shut-off valve. The flow is going this way, so I need to stop the flow. And as you can see, we have a valve. Excuse me. As you can see, we have a valve right here. So I'm going to isolate this. And now that these two valves are isolated, we can take off this cell. Now in order to take this cell off, it's pretty easy. There's just two unions on the side here. They should be hand tight. If you're not able to take them off by hand, just grab a pair of channel locks right over here. Grab a pair of channel locks. Be gentle, you don't want to break anything. And just gently twist them off. Make sure you unplug the cell from the unit here before you do that. So I'm just going to twist off these unions, and the cell should come right out. A little bit of water might pour out. It's kind of just left in that pipe there, but shouldn't be much. So we have the old cell is out. We have the new one right here. As you can see, that's where the cell goes. We have those unions we twisted off. And what I like to do when I replace parts is I just kind of like to compare the parts and make sure they're the same. All the numbers match up. So in this case, with 24 volts, 5 amp max, 24 volts, 5 amp max. Both of the cells look identical. The same numbers, T-cell 15, SWP. So I think in this case we're ready to pop this new one in here. And we're just going to go in reverse order. We're just going to twist those unions on, plug it in, and I read in the manual over here, it says if you're switching out with another T-15 cell, there's no configuration needed. If there was to configure, I just have to go into the settings and pick the cell number that is installed. So we have the new salt cell installed. We're just going to open up our valve, which I already did, and turn on the pump and see what happens. So it's going to have to prime. Let it prime up for a second. This might take a minute. And we'll inspect if we have any leaks. Don't think we should. It's priming up. There we go. away. We have water flowing through the cell, which is good. Okay, this is good. And I have not yet plugged in the unit yet. So, what I am about to do is plug this control board in and see what happens. So we have no flow. It's going to take a minute to register the flow. Okay. That's not good. It says inspect cell. I wonder why. Let's check this out. I'll be right back here. Alright, so I'm just here to finish off this video. So I got everything working now. There's no lights on. What I had to do was initially I looked it up and it still said inspect cell when I put it on, so I was like, So I went to the store, I added a few bags of salt to bump it up. I think the range should be anywhere from 2,700 to 3,300, so I have it within range now. One thing I looked up too, because I was like, it says inspect cell, it's a brand new cell. I looked it up online, and I had to hold down this diagnostics button for like 3 seconds, and that, I guess what it does is it resets the system. So once I did that, the lights went off. And like I said, I added a couple bags of salt. Here we go. Actually climbing up right there, if you can see, 3,300 now. That's perfect. And yeah, added a few bags of salt, and everything's been working great. It's actually been running good for a couple days now. I put this in a couple days ago, so I figured I'd follow up now. So that is how you install a new salt cell in your pool. Have a good day.